basically my body's trying to adjust all these chemicals. And when I was doing that, I kind of got to this point where I broke, and I just was like, okay, I could finally admit like shame of the habit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, dude, I'm actually really ashamed of this habit. I'm ashamed, damn.
Right.
And that admitting that shame out loud, because I could admit it in my head. I could
Right.
sit there and
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
shame, and talking about it in my head just made me let it get control of me, because shame thrives in darkness, dies in light.
It is so very important for you to verbalize these things. It's so
Yeah.
very important.
So just getting in that, but it took years, to just really admit that I had PTSD, and to finally like get help. It was not an easy process internally to kind of come to that. I think a lot of vets struggle with that pride, and like going to a hospital and admitting, you got like, okay, I need help.
Right.
I think that asking for help is it sounds easy, but it's hard. And that's the key, man, is like really getting to the point where you can ask for help. And I had to reach my bottom about 3 years ago. Yeah, I need to go to the VA, and I got to talk to somebody,
Right. Right. On.
because otherwise I'm not going to be alive much longer. So,
Wow.
yeah. So
That's the singular. That is the singular greatest thing that we can do is ask for help.
yeah, I'm like, where from now to like 3 years ago, basically just kind of the turning point was, walking into the emergency room in the VA hospital in San Francisco and just saying, I need to talk to a psychiatrist. I need help. And
Yeah.
that started the process. They, immediately went into action, and wasn't much later, I was started a dialectical behavioral therapy program.
That sounds deep.
Well, 'cause I didn't want to, if I was going to do it, I wanted to do it like all,
Yeah,
right?
the way you were explaining it to me is that when you was ready to get help, you went all in. I want to kick this thing because it was taking its toll on you.
Yeah, because basically when I went to the hospital, in my mindset, it was either like life or death. There was no like half-assing it, because the reason I was in the emergency room was because I was close to ending things. The main reason I went into the hospital was I wanted to get on medication to at least like stabilize my emotions, to give myself a floor.
Right.
That way I could build on from there.
Right.
And so that was my mentality going in. So when I went in, I just was like, all right, what do you need me to do? Whatever you ask me to do, I'm going to do it. And, because I don't want to die.
Yeah.
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 I struggled in silence for years. So I know how it feels. We all need that, like, there's that little hand to help us, just get us that little nudge further out of what we're doing. And so I don't know, can't explain it, but it's, I enjoy sharing with others. I know my experience is it's not unique. A lot of vets aren't even aware that they can get medical care. And if you have mental health, they will take care of that too. And so, that's just the way I kind of look at it, is because resilience is not like necessarily something you're born with, but it is something you can develop. And being resilient is really, I think, key to it all. Just knowing that, like, okay, it can get better. I've seen it get better for other people. You just need to calm down. So one thing I've learned this year is to really start listening to my body. I went to that channel, and there was he has a lot of good videos, and that was one of the things, like, he talks about with, you can't control anything around you, but what you can control is how you react. And so that really, really resonated with me, and realized, like, okay, and so that's because it is how it all comes down to, like, how do you react? And that's the only thing you really have control of in this world, is like your reactions.